tell that to my son?
Tell that to the 3 million people who become long-term opioid users every year after surgery. The truth is, we didn't know we had options other than opioids after surgery, but now we do.
I never thought addiction would be part of my life story, but it is.
Visit planagainstpain.com/gateway to hear their full stories and learn about non-opioid options for managing pain after surgery.
Chief Meteorologist Jeff Weller leads the WJFW Weather Watch team to bring you the most up-to-the-minute weather information. Utilizing industry-leading technology, WJFW's award-winning weather team has you covered so you can stay on top of the ever-changing systems in the North Woods. Watch the replays and get the forecasts at WJFW.com. You're watching Newswatch 12, news from where you live.
Right now on Newswatch 12 today, a Wisconsin judge ordered the State Department of Natural Resources to start a gray wolf hunt this month rather than waiting until the fall. We'll learn more. Plus,
we're waking up to a few snow showers this morning, but brutally cold temperatures are again on the way. Your full forecast is coming up.
And the battle over the safest way to reopen more schools continues around the country as the CDC prepares to release its guidance on the matter. It's Friday, February 12th.
Your local news and weather from where you live. Newswatch 12 today starts now.
Good morning, and thanks for starting your Friday with us. I'm Marissa Silvis here with Peter Dubois. And Peter, we have made it to the end of this extremely cold week. And make no mistake, it's still cold out there, but at least a little better than the last couple mornings.
Yeah, it really is. Still in the negatives, but not in the negative 20s and teens like we've been used to all week. Seriously, finally feel like we're maybe thawing out a little bit. So, yeah.
A little bit of progress, which is good. So for more on what to expect, let's head right on over to our weather center. And Devin Biggs in for a first check of our forecast. And Devin, it's still cold out there, and we are seeing a little bit of snow as well.
Yeah, without a doubt, Marissa, we are seeing some snow this morning. Still cold, but those clouds are helping us out. But we have another shot of cold Arctic air on the way again. Before a warm-up finally moves in next week, it's getting pushed back a little bit. It's hard to get these cold air masses out of here, but it'll get here before you know it. But here we are this morning. Once again, we've been saying this over the past several mornings, a wind chill advisory in effect for the counties highlighted there in the blue shade. Well, that's not the only thing we're tracking this morning. Here we are, a few little light snow showers moving through. It's that dry, fluffy snow that likes to blow around. Very minimal accumulation so far, ranging from 0.2 to 0.4 inches across the area. Otherwise, there are those temperatures. They're cool out there, but not as bad as they have been. They're only at around 4 below in Rhinelander and 6 below in Tomahawk. A little bit of a wind chill out there, making it feel a little bit cooler out there. 20 below wind chills in Manitowish Waters and Diamond Lake, 22 below in Marshfield. So wind chills are low this morning. Make sure to bundle up as you head out the door. Your remote learning forecast for today. Do it indoors. Temperatures will be cool again, only making it to 2 degrees by the afternoon period. Peter?
Democratic House managers concluded their impeachment presentation on Thursday, sharpening their case against former President Donald Trump. Democratic House impeachment managers began their second day of presentations by tying former President Trump's words and his pattern of behavior directly to the Capitol attack. They asserted that President Trump's words and slogans, both in speeches and on social media, directly motivated his supporters to storm the Capitol. The managers say their fear isn't a future presidential bid by Donald Trump. It's the possibility he'd lose and incite more violence. Trump's lawyers will now present their case later today. Well, at least 6 people were killed in a major multi-vehicle crash in Fort Worth, Texas on Thursday morning. Authorities say more than 100 cars were involved in the accident on Interstate 35. At least 36 people were taken to the hospital. The crash forced responders to close all lanes of traffic. The road was wet and slick after freezing rain and sleet fell overnight. A Wisconsin judge has now ordered the State Department of Natural Resources to start a gray wolf hunt this month rather than wait until November as they originally planned. The U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service removed wolves from the federal endangered species list in January. returning the management to the states. Online court records show Jefferson County Circuit Judge Bennett Brantmeyer, ordered the DNR Thursday to, quote, follow their duty to hold the gray wolf hunting season in February 2021. Department spokeswoman Sarah Hoy said in an email they're reviewing the ruling, but the agency will be, quote, taking steps to implement the court's order, end quote. No word yet on exactly when the hunt will begin. Well, a judge refuses to issue a new arrest warrant for Kyle Rittenhouse. On Thursday, a judge declined to approve a prosecutor's request to issue a new arrest warrant for the 18-year-old. During the hearing, the prosecution realized Rittenhouse was no longer living at his home in Antioch, Illinois, after the court notice was undeliverable. Detectives traveled to his apartment on February 2nd and found someone else living there. Rittenhouse's attorney says threats sent Rittenhouse into hiding and forced him into a safe house. The judge says Rittenhouse can provide the court with his address, but he does not have to make it public. The judge also denied an increase in Rittenhouse's bail by $200,000. The number of new confirmed COVID-19 cases in Wisconsin continues to fall. On Thursday, the Department of Health Services reported about 1,200 new cases across the state. That brings our daily average for the last week down to just below 900. They also reported just 11 new deaths statewide. We're now averaging about 21 deaths per day over the last 7 days. And here's an interesting statistic for you. If you look at the number of new cases among healthcare workers in Wisconsin per week, that's a group that has seen a lot of cases because they're forced to work closely with those who are sick. DHS reported 250 healthcare workers tested positive just the week before Christmas. And for the week starting January 31st, just 29. Very interesting. As we take a closer look at our local numbers here, though, the Oneida County Health Department reported 7 new cases. Its active total is at 109. 2 new cases in Price County, just 1 new case in Forest County. Lincoln County reported 10 new cases, and Marathon County reported 22 new cases with an active total now of 497. Portage County reported 12 new cases. Its active total is at 102. 3 new cases in Clark County, 1 new case in Adams County. Langlade, Vilas, and Wood counties did not report. And among the many issues state lawmakers are tackling this week is a proposal from the Joint Finance Committee. If passed, it would withhold funding from school districts that don't offer in-person instruction. The formulas are complex, but essentially it breaks down like this. A portion of stimulus funding could be given to districts based on a new formula that weighs in-person instruction. Opponents say it's too late in the funding cycle to make a change like this without the incentive becoming a punishment.
School boards have already met. They've already planned on the money that DPI was going to tell them they were going to get. They planned on that. They have spent based on that.
Republicans approved the measure 11-4. They say adopting the new formula would encourage schools to open, which they think is best for kids.
I believe we're going to be doing the right thing, rewarding those schools that are open in person, good for our kids, provide an incentive for those who have remained open and for those to open in the future. So,
if the change is finalized, the amount of grants still won't be known until the end of the school year. The $65 million will be divided among the 172 districts originally eligible for funding.
Today's the day the CDC is expected to release its guidelines on the best way to safely reopen more schools. And as Britt Conway reports, it comes in the midst of heated debates, lawsuits, and some concerning stats on the issue.
The president will not rest until every school is open 5 days a week. That is our goal.
But how to make that happen is the question, with no one right answer, which is why there's so much angst around CDC guidance on the matter. At this point, it's been a varied approach, sometimes down to the district or even school level, and it continues to be a flashpoint issue around the country. In Wisconsin, there's a plan to divvy up federal COVID-19 aid based on a district's number of in-person school days.
It's still up to the local school board. If they feel it is unsafe to open, don't open. Would you really open for money if you thought it was that unsafe.
In California, the city of San Francisco is seeking an emergency court order to force its public schools to open for in-person instruction. In Minnesota, where schools are under executive order to follow the state's safe learning plan, there's a proposal to strip the governor of the power to change school plans during a peacetime emergency.
We at the local level have a pulse on our community values, and we represent these communities in our decision making. I do not know what the best decisions for Minneapolis public schools are, but I have a good idea what works in Stillwater.
And speaking of work, a Stanford professor warns students in the U.S. could see their lifelong earnings cut by an average of 6 to 9% unless schools are able to make up for learning losses. I'm Britt Conway reporting.
Now, the CDC's guidance on reopening schools is expected to outline 5 key strategies: hand washing, masking, social distancing, cleaning and ventilation, as well as contact tracing, isolation, and quarantine. Well, it's now about 5:08, and coming up next in our international news, the president of the Tokyo Olympics Organizing Committee agrees to step down over sexist comments. Plus, Australia reports a growing outbreak of a UK coronavirus variant. We'll have those stories and more news from around the world when we come back.
This is one of the biggest furniture events of the year, the President's Sale at Slumberland. Come on. Slumberland Furniture has the best prices around on all sorts of furniture. And right now at our President's Sale, everything is an additional 25% off our already low price.
This is totally you.
Oh. Yeah, this is the winner. Well, hello, Slumberland.
Get your look for less at the huge President's Sale at Slumberland.
Marilyn Milian, Justice.
Just stop. What you don't know about the law would fill a library. Pay the man.
The People's Court.
Wausau Child Care is a community-driven organization specializing in quality care for children. Wausau Child Care provides a loving environment for your child and has flexible hours to work around your schedule. Your children come first, and that includes safety and security. Our staff regularly ensures that both the children and their environment are safe and nurturing. Wausau Child Care Inc. has 3 locations and several nationally accredited programs fostering growth for the children we serve.
Welcome to Bell Tower Residence. Residents lovingly call Bell Tower home.
I can go to church 5 days a week. It's all under one roof. You don't have to go outside for everything.
It's enjoyable. Because of her, that's why I'm here. We went to school together. The one-room school.
The staff are very, very kind, attentive, and it's almost like being at home.
Bell Tower Residence, 1500 O'Day Street, Merrill.
A nursing home promises to care for our parents as cherished loved ones. But if your parents have been injured in a nursing home, we can help. Habish, Habish, and Rotier. We fight for what's right.
And welcome back. We've made it to Friday morning and starting off not as cold this morning as over the past few mornings, though. We're starting off at least at around 5 below in Rhinelander. However, though, most of us still colder than in Fairbanks, Alaska, where they're only at 1 below this morning. Let's take a closer look at the temperatures for us, where we do have some snow showers that are falling and temperatures that are below 0, but not bad. 8 below in Phillips, 5 below in Rhinelander. There is a little bit of a wind out there, too, out of the northwest going towards the southeast at around 5 to 10 miles per hour overall. And we factor that in, we get our wind chill. It's still feeling pretty chilly out there, which is why those wind chill advisories are in effect. We're feeling like 20 below across parts of Diamond Lake, 26 below in Medford. So you get the idea. It is chilly out there again this morning. We know what to do by this point. Just bundle up as you head out the doors. Frostbite dangers will be high again this morning. And over the next several mornings, too, look at this. These next days on this chart is at 7 a.m. and this look, it's going to be chilly for the next several mornings, but there is a turnaround on the way, and it'll be showing up sometime next week. But meanwhile, here's where the wind chill advisories are in effect. They're not in effect. They're not very widespread for most of us. It's mainly off to the east. There isn't any in effect. But over for us in areas to the west, they are still in effect, as wind chills could still be pretty low in some cases. That's not the only thing we're tracking. We're tracking some snowfall that is moving through this morning. Not very heavy. It's that very light, fluffy snow too, because the moisture levels are just so low. We're tracking this off towards the east. A little bit of lake enhanced snow up near parts of Lake Superior too. That's why they're under a winter weather advisory too. So here we are. We're tracking this off toward the east. Over the next few hours, this will taper off. We'll see the clouds starting to break up, so we'll see a mixture of clouds and sunshine throughout the afternoon. Before we get this, more clouds move in later on tonight as another wave of energy tracks in our direction. With this pattern of this doesn't want to move, we have high pressure helping to keep this polar vortex hanging around. We have a stationary front off toward the west, but we will have a pattern change next week, helping to usher in some warmer temperatures. So futurecast, let's break this down. So we have a few clouds this morning and the snow showers. We'll see the clouds breaking up during the afternoon period for a little while before that next wave moves in and gives us another shot at some accumulating snow. It's not going to be a whole lot. It will fall during the daytime for your Saturday, with the heavier amounts, so to say, farther off toward the south and east and lighter amounts toward the north and west. It's not going to last very long. By Saturday evening, this will begin to taper off. How much snow? Not a whole lot. We'll call it another inch or less for most of us, with lesser amounts the farther north and west you go. So for today, 2 degrees is all we'll do with some morning snow showers, then partly cloudy with that northwest wind at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. And for tonight, getting cold again, 15 below, increasing clouds, snow late. That northwest wind, not too bad at around 5 miles per hour, but with temperatures this low, even 5 miles per hour can feel cold. In Northwoods Furniture and Mattress, 7-day forecast. We dry out on Sunday, I should say. Monday will be partly cloudy too, but as we head towards next week and see temperatures will start to rise, hitting 20 by Thursday. Marissa?
Thanks, Devin. Japanese media reports that the president of the Tokyo 2020 Olympics Organizing Committee is set to step down today over sexist remarks. Yoshiro Mori is a former Japanese prime minister. He has apologized for saying at an Olympic Committee board meeting that women talk too much. But the 83-year-old has been refusing to step down. Government sources say Mori will announce his resignation today. His sexist comments set off a storm of criticism at home and abroad. Japanese media are reporting that a former Japanese soccer official, Saburo Kawabuchi, would replace Mori. After nearly a year stalled in migrant camps at the edge of the jungle, hundreds of migrants have started to move across Panama and into neighboring Costa Rica in recent weeks. On Wednesday, more than 50 migrants arrived at the village of Bajo Chiquito, the first community they encountered after days of walking. Pregnant women, adults carrying babies in their arms, and others with bags of clothing balanced atop their heads crossed a river and then scrambled up the bank to waiting border police. They were told to line up to register their entry into Panama. They were among 287 migrants who entered Panama on Wednesday, according to border police. There were some 400 migrants in Bajo Chiquito on Wednesday, and more have been arriving every day as others continue on. Immigration officials say they expect another 800 migrants to arrive from Colombia in the coming days. Australian authorities say a cluster of cases of the UK variant of the coronavirus detected at a quarantine hotel in Melbourne has now grown to 11. 3 of those cases are the original family from overseas. 6 cases were infected at the hotel, and the other 2 cases are spouses of infected hotel workers. All cases have been confirmed by health authorities to be that UK variant of the virus, and there have been no new exposure sites identified.
Well, coming up in our medical news, the American Academy of Pediatrics releases new guidance over immunizations. Plus, experts share some things to keep in mind during these extremely cold stretches. We'll have those stories and more health news when we come back.
Featherstone, unmistakably Featherstone, far from ordinary, right at home. You have dreams, make them reality. Featherstone, unmistakably, unmistakably, unmistakably Featherstone.
Jeopardy! Jeopardy wants to be your Valentine with Lance, Alejandra, John, and Ken.
One of you is going to spend this Valentine's Day weekend as a reigning Jeopardy champion.
Isn't it romantic on Jeopardy?
Jeopardy! Weekdays at 4:30 on NBC 12.
Hello, my name is Terry and I'm from Phillips. I used to go on vacations with my wife Gail, but I couldn't go much over 2 hours and I'd have to stop and walk because my lower back would hurt so bad. So after my final treatment at Spinal Aid, I am pain-free and can't imagine the pain and agony that I went through prior to going.
Are you suffering with back or neck pain and considering the possibility of surgery? At the Spinal Aid Center of Wausau, we incorporate the latest technologies, including high-intensity laser therapy that provides the highest success rates in helping people just like you avoid back and neck surgery. With our treatments, there are no drugs and no surgery, just relief. Call today for a free spinal disc severity consultation and see if our treatments are right for you. Call 715-203-4392 or visit us at spinalaid.com. Start living your life pain-free.
What are you doing?
Dude, I'm so excited. I just can't wait for summer.
Can't wait to get on the water and want a private shopping experience to start planning your summer weekends? Then go to our website and book your VIP tour with American Marine and Motorsports in Shawano. Get first crack at the lowest prices anywhere, and we're matching deposits up to $1,000 on select products. Don't get left out in the cold. Book your VIP private shopping experience at American Marine now.
Some stories transcend time. Even though people pass away and activities sometimes stop, their memories carry them into the next generation. This month on Up North at 4, we'll learn about some local legends.
And welcome back. Temperatures not as cold this morning at around 4 to 5 below in most places. Wind chills feeling like 20 below in some places also. We're also tracking a little bit of snow tracking off to the east that will taper off over the next few hours. Peter?
Thanks, Devin. Well, the American Academy of Pediatrics is urging families to catch up on childhood immunizations. Studies have shown that a significant number of parents have postponed their children's vaccinations for illnesses like measles, mumps, and polio since the pandemic began. But as we enter a new year, pediatricians say these important shots can no longer wait. They advise parents to follow the 2021 immunization schedule just released by the CDC, which includes a catch-up schedule for those who are started late or are behind. And new data from the Centers for Disease Control reveals synthetic opioids like fentanyl are driving recent increases in overdose deaths. Researchers say drug deaths involving methamphetamines are also increasing, both with and without the addition of synthetic opioids. In 2019, the largest increases in deaths from synthetic opioids occurred in the western U.S., while the Northeast had the greatest rise in fatal meth overdoses. New research finds older adults who don't get enough sleep could face a higher risk of dementia. The study tracked over 2,500 seniors who answered questions about their sleep habits 5 years later. The risk of dementia was double among participants that got less than 5 hours of sleep compared to those who got 7 to 8 hours. Sleep disturbance and deficiency was also linked with an increased risk of death from any cause.
Frigid temperatures and heavy snow. States from coast to coast, of course, including here in Wisconsin, are getting walloped by winter. And with those conditions come a lot of cold weather dangers.
NBC's Sarah Daloff has our report.
The bitter cold sweeping across much of the country.
It's freezing. Yeah, it's freezing. Like, it's way too cold.
Not only miserable, but dangerous, even deadly. Extreme cold exposure claims hundreds of lives every year.
The statistic is around 700 people just in the United States a year, and that's their primary cause of death.
Children, the elderly, and those experiencing homelessness are especially vulnerable. In Milwaukee, a man was found dead and frozen inside the car he'd been living in.
The whole, homeless services community, it hits all of us very hard. When we work year-round to try to prevent something like that from happening.
And this year, that community facing the daunting task of protecting people both from the elements and COVID-19, cutting existing shelter capacities and creating additional overflow spaces.
We are not going to leave people out in the cold and say our shelters are full. We will figure out something.
Health experts say to watch yourself and others for symptoms of hypothermia, like fumbling hands or a stumbling walk. Fingers, toes, and exposed skin are most at risk for developing frostbite.
It's in the minutes, and it can happen much quicker than people anticipate.
Your best bet, dress for the weather in layers with wicking fabrics as a base layer and choose mittens over gloves. And if you can, stay out of the cold and out of potential danger. Sarah Dolph, NBC News.
Certainly lots of important things for us all to keep in mind right now. It's now about 5:22, and coming up next in sports, the Great Northern Conference announced its all-conference boys hockey team. We'll let you know who made the list. Plus, the Brewers released their regular season schedule ahead of spring training. Stay with us. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
Northwoods Accents, located in Mercer, features a wide variety of high-quality rustic and contemporary furniture, all made in Wisconsin. Complete your patio or deck with maintenance-free outdoor furniture. View our best craft living room sets. Denali throws and beddings to warm the chilly evenings. All products have year-round low prices with no sales pressure. The owner is available to assist you with any questions. Stop by Northwoods Accents, 5079 U.S. Highway 51 in Mercer.
The following was performed by everyday riders like you. Please try it home. Matt's a straight ripper.
I heard the turbo and I was just giggling under my helmet.
Look at that.
I look like a pro.
Dude, I love that thing.
See your local Northern Wisconsin and UP Ski-Doo dealers.
An engagement ring is the defining symbol of a lifelong promise, and that's why choosing Lee Ayres Jewelers is so important. As a family business, they know how important your search is, and they take great pride in helping you find the perfect engagement ring. For Lee Ayres, it's all about taking care of you, the customer. From in-store goldsmiths to custom jewelry design by Thomas Daling, they do it all. Begin your lifelong promise by choosing Lee Ayres Jewelers, downtown Stevens Point.
I'm Erin. And I'm Margot. We've always done things our own way. Charted our own paths. I wasn't going to just back down from moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis. Psoriatic arthritis wasn't going to change who I am. When I learned that my joint pain could mean permanent joint damage, I asked about Enbrel. Enbrel helps relieve joint pain and helps stop permanent joint damage. Plus, Enbrel helps skin get clearer in psoriatic arthritis. Ask your doctor about Enbrel so you can get back to your true self. Enbrel may lower your ability to fight infections. Serious, sometimes fatal events, including infections, tuberculosis, lymphoma, other cancers, nervous system and blood disorders, and allergic reactions have occurred. Tell your doctor if you've been someplace where fungal infections are common, or if you're prone to infections, have cuts or sores, have had hepatitis B, have been treated for heart failure, or if you have persistent fever, bruising, bleeding, or paleness. Don't start Enbrel if you have an infection like the flu. Visit Enbrel.com to see how your joint damage could progress. Enbrel. Eligible patients may pay as little as $5 per month.
Welcome back. Rhinelander and Lakeland Union will be battling on the ice for a trip to state on Saturday. And both the T-Birds and the Hodags have a lot of talent. And one look at the all-conference team will tell you just that. The Great Northern Conference recently released its all-boys hockey team. Rhinelanders Harlan Watusik and Lakeland's duo of Max Toila and Teague Wagner all made first-team honors. The Hodags head man MJ Lagus also took home Coach of the Year honors. Meanwhile, Northland Pines D-man Riley McGee was named the GNC Player of the Year. You can check out the full list of the all-conference members on their website.
Congratulations to all of them. And we're now just 48 days away from opening day, and the Milwaukee Brewers have released their 2021 season schedule as well. They'll be opening at home against the Minnesota Twins on April 1st. That'll be the first time they've opened with interleague play in franchise history. Milwaukee will also enjoy some home field advantage late in September, 16 home games in the final month to end the regular season, as well as a 10-game homestand between the Cubs, Cardinals, and Mets. However, August will be a tough month on the road with 16 games away, as well as a 10-game road trip between the Cubs, Pirates, and Cardinals. The Brewers will face the American League Central in interleague play this year. The regular season is scheduled to end Sunday, October 3rd in Dodger Stadium. But you guys, it's really hard to believe that spring training right around the corner, and we are still dealing with these just frigid temperatures out there.
I know. I think all of us are really dreaming of baseball weather, right? You know, dreaming of just being outside, warm, at a game, eating a hot dog sounds pretty nice right now.
That all sounds very nice right now, but right now it's kind of that perfect time to maybe just stay inside, maybe roast any hot dogs over a fire if you have a fireplace at your house, because it's cool and snowy out here this morning. We have a little bit of that dry, fluffy snow falling out here, making roads a little bit tough. We do have people plowing outside here this morning, so they are working on the roads, so just take it slow this morning. Here's a look at 511 Wisconsin. Roads are snow covered with a few slippery stretches too, so you know what to do by this point. Take it slow, allow extra time if you have to travel today. Temperatures within this cold, a lot of that salt and other solutions that they use on the roads may not work as well, so keep that in mind too. Temperatures below zero. Here's that snow. We're on the back edge of the more notable snow. A few flurries will be possible throughout the morning. Here's that radar for you real quick, or that travel forecast. We will be watching again. Temperatures that will be at below zero across the western parts of the state. For us, at around 2 degrees, we will have snow showers possible. Then down toward the south, temperatures will be cool, 4 degrees in Madison. A lot more coming up after the break.
Over 6,550 people have died of COVID-19 in Wisconsin. Over 90% of Wisconsinites have not yet received the vaccine. Every sane doctor in the world agrees that wearing a mask saves lives. Assemblyman Rob Swearingen just voted to end Wisconsin's mask mandate. He is playing politics with our lives. Paid for by the Minocqua Brewing Company Super PAC.
Don't lose sleep by choosing a mattress from just any store. Instead, visit the experts at your one-stop sleep shop. Hi, I'm Kristen from Sleep Central. We're the only store in the Northwoods to carry all of the name brands, like Beautyrest, Sealy, Tempur-Pedic, Stearns & Foster, and Serta, and all are ready for immediate delivery. We guarantee you'll find the perfect mattress at the perfect price. We also have a huge selection of bedding, futons, and accessories. We know how important sleep is, so stop on by and sleep better today. Sleep Central in Minocqua. Better sleep, pain-free, that's our promise.
Carpet City. Come to the Carpet City Flooring Center Super Sale and get free carpet installation. That's right, free carpet installation for one room or the whole house. Living room, free carpet installation. Whole basement, free carpet installation. Entire house, free carpet installation. Request your free estimate at carpetcitywi.com today and get free carpet installation. Carpet City, our prices will floor you. 'Cause all that I want is for you to be happy. Well, give me a chance to show that you can be. Well, open your eyes and see the way I see. 'Cause all that I want is for you to be happy with me.
You are watching Newswatch 12 today with Marissa Silvas, Peter Dubois, and Devin Biggs.
Good morning, and thanks for waking up with us today. It's Friday, February 12th. Well, the prosecution rests. Democrats concluded their impeachment case against former President Donald Trump on Thursday.
And all eyes now turn to the defense. They'll be looking to place the blame for the Capitol attack squarely on the rioters themselves. Nadia Romero is in Washington with the latest.
Senate's adjourned.
House impeachment managers making their closing arguments against former President Donald Trump.
Exercise your common sense about what just took place in our country.
If we pretend this didn't happen, or worse, if we let it go unanswered, who's to say it won't happen again?
Prosecutors spent their final day looking at the national security implications of the deadly attack on the U.S. Capitol.
Our adversaries are even using the events of January 6th not only to denigrate America, but to justify their own anti-democratic behavior, calling America hypocritical.
And hammering home why they believe Trump incited the insurrection.
We were invited by the President of the United States!
Their own statements before, during, and after the attack make clear
The attack was done for Donald Trump.
The focus will now shift to Trump's defense.
I think you'll at least be moved by what you see and get a much better picture of exactly what's going on here and the hypocrisy in some of the positions taken by the House managers in this case.
His team will present its case Friday and plan to keep it brief.
It should be as short as possible, given the complete lack of evidence and the harm that this is causing to the American people.
The numbers are on his side, with the majority of Republicans expected to vote to acquit the former president. In Washington, I'm Nadia Romero.
Back here at home, we're waking up to a little snow out there this morning.
Absolutely. That is making travel a little bit tricky as well. So for more what to expect, let's head right on over to our weather center with Devin Biggs in for a first check of our forecast. And Devin, people are going to have to allow for a little bit of extra time on their way to work this morning.
Yeah, without a doubt, Peter and Marissa, we will have to watch for a little bit more in the way of a little bit of snow moving in, which will make travel a little bit challenging at times. And it's also cold outside, so salt, sand, a lot of the stuff they usually put on the roads may not work as easily. Let's show you what's going on right now. We have a wind chill advisory in effect, so that's nothing new, but we've had many of those issued over the past several days. Here's what is a little bit more on the news side. We have a little bit of snow moving in from west to east, a little bit of Lake and Hand stuff near Lake Superior. They're under a winter weather advisory well off toward the north. Temperatures, they're below 0 this morning, but not as bad. 5 below in Rhinelander, 6 below in Tomahawk, and a goose egg in Mosinee. With the wind chills feeling like 24 below in Medford. So again, make sure to bundle up as you head out the door, especially for those kids catching the bus stop. They'll be at around 6 below with snow flurries. Wind chills could be a little bit more on the rough side. And as the kids come home, 2 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Marissa?
Alrighty, thanks so much, Devin. Well, Art Start and Nicolet College's community education program will begin the School of the Arts this year after canceling the in-person events last year. The virtual classes were designed with a bit of Zoom fatigue in mind, says Community and Cultural Development Director Melinda Childs.
We kind of acknowledge there's good aspects of going virtual, but people are sort of burnt out too. So they literally are just little teasers.
The 2-hour one-time classes each have a different theme or concept, and sign-ups done through Nicolet College's website on their community page. Childs says keeping the classes exciting requires a lot of creativity.
We were trying to figure out how we would be able to do it virtually with people not, of course, probably having their own printing presses. So the artists that we are working with said, well, people can use their cars. They can run over the prints with their cars. So that's going to be really interesting.
Childs says this is just part of Nicolet's growing community outreach, including their community garden and other cultural events that'll start as the weather begins to warm up and COVID vaccinations make in-person gatherings possible. Well, just 2 more days until Valentine's Day, and if you're still looking for a sweet treat, maybe besides chocolate, we may have the perfect idea for you. Butcher Shop Bake Company, working out of CT's Deli in Rhinelander, has giant stuffed cookies that you might like, including some that are made special for Valentine's Day.
I don't like a thin, crispy cookie. When I eat a cookie, I want it to be chewy and enormous. My whole philosophy is you should eat at least one thing a day that excites you, and they do it.
I love that. You know, Dustin calls them hunks of love, and he typically has about 10 different flavors of cookies to pick from. And then he also creates 4 new specialty flavored cookies every month, along with several other desserts.
Then we have a couple of our monthly flavors. We change every month. So we have Jack Frost because it is -22. So I felt like that was fitting for February. Love Potion number 9, which is a chocolate covered strawberry cookie. And then we finish with the Pink Lady, which is the red velvet cheesecake.
Oh my goodness. Well, Dustin says that you can eat the cookies as is, or you can heat them up for about 30 seconds to make them all gooey inside, or just chop them up and freeze them so you can enjoy some later.
Well, they all look so delicious. Well, coming up, we have some news you can use, including one credit card provider that's expanding support for cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. We'll explain. Plus, why people are ditching their smartphones to cut down on their screen time. We'll have those stories and more consumer news after this.
This portion of Newswatch 12 is brought to you by Ag Country Farm Credit Services.
Knows Wasserharn's Furniture is home of the Restonic two-sided mattress. But did you know we stock over 100 two-sided mattresses? So bring a truck and take it home today. Or choose immediate delivery with free removal of old. You could be sleeping on your new Restonic two-sided mattress tonight. But only if you shop at Wausau Hearns Furniture and Two-Sided Mattresses, where we stock what you want. 1/2 mile from Fleet Farm on Business 51 in Wausau.
When our daughter and her kids moved in with us,
Kids, bedtime.
she was worried we wouldn't be able to keep up.
Of course we can.
What couldn't keep up was our bargain detergent.
Turns out it's mostly water, and that doesn't work as well on stains.
So we switched back to Tide. One wash, stains are gone.
Kind of like our quiet time.
Don't pay for water. Tide is concentrated with 3 times the active cleaning ingredients. If it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be Tide.
My name's Arthur, Merrill, Wisconsin. In August of 2019, I started getting numbness in my feet. By July of 2020, my feet were so numb, I lost a sense of balance. I thought I was walking on stilts. I seen this ad for spinal aid. I took 20 treatments from them, and by then my feet were 90% better and no longer felt as I was walking on stilts.
Are you experiencing weakness, numbness, and/or pain in your feet or hands? These sensations might even be affecting other areas of your body along with your balance. You might have already been diagnosed with peripheral neuropathy and are taking drugs such as Lyrica, gabapentin, or Cymbalta that never seems to help. Neuropathy pain ultimately diminishes your quality of life. Call Spinal Aid of Wausau today to see if our treatment methods are right for you. Call 715-203-1508 to schedule your neuropathy severity consultation or visit us at spinalaid.com.
And welcome back and happy Friday. Temperatures not as cold this morning as they were over the past several days. That will be changing though, but right now we're starting off at 5 below this morning here in Rhinelander. As scary as that may sound, we're actually still colder than in Fairbanks, Alaska this morning. They're only starting off at 1 below, but we still have temperatures that are cool, but wind chills are a little bit cooler too. We're watching some stone showers also falling across the viewing area this morning. These clouds helping us out, keeping temperatures not as cold as they have been over the past several days, but that's going to be changing. It does feel cooler though. We have a northwest breeze out of the northwest going towards the southeast at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. And with that involved, that gives us a wind chill around 23 below across parts of Medford, 19 below in Tomahawk. So you get the idea. It feels cold out there again, so you want to make sure and cover up as much exposed skin as you can because frostbite will be possible again for the next several days, counting today too. The danger will actually increase over the next few days too as another cold air mass moves in. So these are the wind chill forecasts at 7 a.m. each of the next 5 days here on the chart. So you know what to do. Just bundle up. Temperatures will be a little on the cool side. We are under a wind chill advisory for most of our viewing area, excluding parts of Forest County and areas to the east because they're not supposed to get as chilly. Areas here and off toward the west will be under that at least until around noon today. So here we are right now. So we have a little bit of snow moving through. The heavier parts of it, so to say, is tracking off towards the east. There'll still be a few flurries this morning before a lot of this begins to taper off through the radar in motion. So again, we're almost done with this. We just had to give it just a little while longer before all of this snow begins to move out here. It's that thin, fluffy snow, so radar has a hard time detecting that, but it will fall for a little while. But otherwise, high pressure in control across parts of the northern U.S. That's bringing in all this cooler air, this pattern. It isn't really shifting much, just sending a few little waves of energy off in our direction, which is why we've been seeing some snowfall. And we have another wave that is on the way that arrives late tonight. So this is a different wave that's about to get out of here now. We'll have a few clouds throughout the parts of the day, maybe seeing some sunshine from time to time. Then tonight, a new wave starts to approach, which is why we're going to see another chance of snow late tonight into tomorrow morning. That will last for parts of the day, though. Give us another chance for some accumulating snow. Not a whole lot, though, but it'll be out of here pretty quickly. So by the evening period for your Saturday, all of this will be a distant memory. How much snow? Again, not a whole lot, maybe another inch or less with the heavier amounts to the south and east, if you want to call an inch up to 2 inches heavy. And then areas off towards the north and west a little bit less as that system begins to move through. So your forecast for today, 2 degrees, going to get close to morning snow showers, then partly cloudy with that northwest wind at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, the next system approaches. 15 below will be our temperatures. Increasing clouds, then some snow very late in the evening into the overnight period with that northwest wind at around 5 miles per hour. Northwoods Furniture and Mattress 7-day forecast. The snow continues for most of the day on Saturday with a high of 0 degrees. Then we're cold again on Sunday, but there's a warm up on the way, hitting teens and 20s by the middle part of next week. Peter?
Alrighty, thanks, Devin. Well, MasterCard is planning to offer support for some cryptocurrencies on its network this year. That tops our look at consumer news this morning. The credit card giant's announcement comes days after Tesla revealed it has purchased a $1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin and would soon accept it as a form of payment. MasterCard already offers customers cards that allow people to transact using their cryptocurrencies. However, those transactions do not go through the MasterCard network. MasterCard specified not all cryptocurrencies will be supported on its network. Coca-Cola will debut a new 13.2-ounce bottle made completely from recycled plastic. The bottles will first debut this month in California, Florida, and select states in the Northeast. 20-ounce bottles made with 100% recycled plastic will roll out in California, New York, and Texas starting this month. All Sprite packaging will transition to clear packaging, which is easier to recycle into new bottles by the end of 2022. In total, the changes represent a 20% reduction in the company's use of new plastic. Coca-Cola has pledged to make all of its packaging recyclable by 2025. An iconic American brand is changing hands. Mr. Peanut is joining forces with Spam. Kraft Heinz announced on Thursday it sold its Planters and other nuts businesses to Spam maker Hormel for $3.35 billion. The cash deal includes most Planters products and the Corn Nuts brand. The nuts business contributed more than $1 billion in sales last year to Kraft Heinz, mostly focused in the U.S. In recent years, the brand's biggest splash came from an advertising campaign last year that killed off Mr. Peanut and then resurrected him as a baby in its Super Bowl spot.
That was such a great campaign. Alrighty, well, there are some apps now that show you just how much time you're spending on your phone, and you might be surprised how many hours you can get sucked into scrolling or liking each day.
I know I have been surprised by that a few times, and now some consumers are going to surprising lengths in an effort to curb screen time. NBC's Liz McLaughlin explains.
About a year ago, Los Angeles motion graphic designer Fred Sprinkle had a wake-up call.
My phone usage was cutting into both my creativity and family time.
So he made a drastic move, ditching his smartphone.
The first thing I noticed was almost a reduction in anxiety.
But he's not totally off the grid. Now he uses the $350 Light Phone 2, a credit card-sized minimalist phone with limited features.
Your utilities, you could see the phone, alarm, calculator, a simple music player, podcast tool.
Joe Hollier and Kai Tang came up with the Light Phone concept about 7 years ago.
We want to create a device that empowers people, not the other way around.
And have seen recent growth in sales, even as the pandemic's increased screen time for the average American.
The phone is intended to be invisible, not something that you're constantly checking.
While some Light Phone users make the full leap, about half make it their secondary phone. So they use their smartphone when they need it, and then simply slide the SIM card over to the Light Phone when they want to take a break. Some also use vintage or prepaid phones, but dumb phones aren't for everyone.
It's too much of a challenge, too much of an obstacle. That's dinosaurs, you know?
Others are more receptive.
And I don't want to be weighed down by mindless chatter.
I don't need all these apps.
Fred Sprinkle says since he went light 3 months ago, he feels happier, more focused, and more connected with his family.
Because a lot of times in life, really, the answer that we're really looking for, we can't just Google.
A growing market for simplicity. Liz McLaughlin, NBC News.
People have to watch their animals, their paws and ears, especially in the sub-zero weather. Always to keep an eye on them.
Humans aren't the only ones who can suffer in the cold. Coming up at 6, find out some tips for keeping your pets warm and safe during the wintertime.
Let me introduce me. Here I come. Yeah.
Cuts, colors, braids, and fades. We stand for style. Cost Cutter Salons.
Whether you're just starting out, looking for a change, or returning to the industry, Cost Cutters will help you grow and support you in achieving your career goal. Learn more today at costcutters.com/careers.
Whatever your style, we stand for style. Visit costcutters.com to find your nearest location.
Experience comfort that you never had before. Experience dependability. Experience Marcel's. For decades, more homes in Wisconsin have been burning bright with the warmth and glow of a heat and glow fireplace from Marcel's.
For over 3 generations, from design to complete installation and the best warranty in the industry, we'll provide you the fireplace experience you've always dreamed of. Stop in today and start enjoying your hearthwarming experience with Heat and Glow and Marcel's. We look forward to you being a part of our family.
You're strong. You power through chronic migraine. 15 or more headache days a month, each lasting 4 hours or more. Botox prevents headaches in adults with chronic migraine. So if you haven't tried Botox for your chronic migraine, check with your doctor if Botox is right for you and if samples are available.
Effects of Botox may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away, as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness can be signs of a life-threatening condition. Side effects may include allergic reactions, neck and injection site pain, fatigue, and headache. Don't receive Botox if there's a skin infection. Tell your doctor your medical history, muscle or nerve conditions, and medications, including botulinum toxins, as these may increase the risk of serious side effects.
95% of patients may pay as little as $0 for Botox, so text to see how you can save. Botox has been preventing headaches and migraines before they even start for 10 years. So ask your doctor about Botox today.
Your skin isn't just skin. It's a beautiful reflection of every single thing you've been through in life. Which is why Dove Body Wash renews your skin's ceramides and strengthens it against dryness. For instantly softer, smoother skin you can lovingly embrace. Renew the love for your skin with Dove Body Wash.
Welcome back. In honor of Black History Month, we're taking a look at the history behind a small music pavilion in Vilas County and how it was way ahead of its time back in the early 1900s.
Newswatch 12's Sierra Whaley has more.
You may know some legendary jazz artists like Louis Armstrong or even Miles Davis. But the Northwoods has its own special history with music. Loveless Virgin Forest Park brought people from all walks of life together in the early 1920s. Northwoods historians Kay Kranz and Jim Bokern highlight the history that took place.
A huge pavilion is built on Alder Lake on the Manitowish Chain, and it's a dance pavilion for people from either the UP, all over northern Wisconsin.
Built by Robert Lovelace in the early 20th century, Lovelace didn't realize this dance hall would bring historical moments to Wisconsin.
He offered entertainment in a whole different package than the traditional resorts.
Loveless Virgin Forest Park created a venue for some of the first African-American jazz artists in the country.
Eli Rice and the Dixie Cotton Pickers. And Eli Rice was born in Kansas and left home as a teenager. And by the middle 1920s, he had formed his band, which was an all-black band.
Another band that was at Virgin Forest Park that was integrated, which is unique, was the College Jazz Orchestra.
And with this orchestra, along came a new idea to increase interaction with different races.
Jitney dances, which is where you pay a ticket to be able to dance with somebody. And it kind of broke down those social barriers that used to exist.
And instead built up a place that sees no color, just extremely talented artists under one nation.
Embracing of differences, the embracing of tolerance, and thinking of a new identity for America.
In Manitowish Waters, Sierra Whaley, Newswatch 12.
Just fascinating stuff there. You know, it's always so important to keep telling those stories, and that's something that I'd never heard before, so very interesting to learn about.
Absolutely. Very, very cool to shine a light on this part of Northwood's history that maybe a lot of people really don't know about, and yeah, certainly very, very cool to learn about. And Devin, you're going to be teaching us a little bit as you are now inside for your travel weather right now.
I am. There's a reason behind it. I have a basic balloon right here, and we have it inside right now because we're going to talk to you a little bit about air density density air temperature because we all know warm air expands, cold air contracts, and we're going to demonstrate that for you. So this balloon inside now with a few measurements here, 29.5 inches for the diameter and around 13 inches for the length here. So how wide this or how long this is right now. We're going to put this balloon outside soon, and then the next travel hit, we're going to show you just how much this thing has shrunk as the air will be compacting. Now we do have some snow to talk about too. Road conditions not looking all that great out there. So, and with salt condition or with salt and other solutions not working well in these cold temperatures, make sure to plan ahead, take it slow, and make sure to allow extra time. Your travel forecast today: below zero across the western parts of the state. We'll get above zero, but barely at around 2 degrees with some snow showers mainly during the morning, and down toward the south, still cold across parts of Madison. We'll have more coming up after the break.
You have a history of acting on your anger. If you did something, I won't look the other way again.
I need your help.
Quid pro quo.
Hope you have a great show, folks.
We've been doing everything right.
7.
Tell my story.
5. Oh, my hand!
3.
It was great.
We got
Northwoods Accents, located in Mercer, features a wide variety of high-quality rustic and contemporary furniture, all made in Wisconsin. Complete your patio or deck with maintenance-free outdoor furniture. View our best craft living room sets. Denali throws and beddings to warm the chilly evenings. All products have year-round low prices with no sales pressure. The owner is available to assist you with any questions. Stop by Northwoods Accents, 5079 U.S. Highway 51 in Mercer.
Wausau Child Care is a community-driven organization specializing in quality care for children. Wausau Child Care provides a loving environment for your child and has flexible hours to work around your schedule. Your children come first, and that includes safety and security. Our staff regularly ensures that both the children and their environment are safe and nurturing. Wausau Child Care Inc. has 3 locations and several nationally credited programs, fostering growth for the children we serve.
Olson Solar Energy wants you to know that there's a lot to consider when you think about solar energy. Consider a lower or no energy bill. There's a federal tax credit as well as other rebates and incentives to consider. You may not have considered that a solar energy system increases property value without increasing property taxes and works for homes and businesses. Isn't it time to consider a free evaluation? Call 579-0474 or go to olsonsolarenergy.com.
You're watching Newswatch 12 today with Marissa Silvas, Peter Dubois, and Devin Biggs.
And welcome back. A winter wallop in parts of Kentucky Thursday. A severe winter ice storm has much of the state in its grip. Iced over roads and down power lines are pretty much widespread, with some 70,000 homes still without power. It was so bad the state's governor signed a state of emergency. The weather has also forced a number of vaccine sites in the state to close, so that's not a very good situation for them. And even a lot of the sites even caused that big pileup over in parts of Dallas, Texas, where unfortunately around 6 people were killed. So not a good situation.
Exactly. We know just how dangerous that ice can be, and we actually have a couple of coworkers who are working in that area now. So I was seeing their posts all throughout the day yesterday, and yeah, it's just quite a mess.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's so tough, too, in those southern states that aren't used to the winter weather as much and those road conditions. And it can be a lot harder to get those roads in shape. So just a great reminder for everyone to allow that extra time and be careful during these winter months on the road.
Yes, without a doubt. Make sure to just allow extra time. Take it slow, and with temperatures very cold like this, any snow that does fall, it's going to be hard to clear it because salt and other solutions do not work in these kinds of temperatures. So to show you what's going on right now. So we have a little bit of snow that is moving through. We're starting to see it taper off. It's going to take its time, but it will be out of here within the next couple of hours. Meanwhile, again, we do have that wind chill advisory that is in effect until noon today. You know what to do by this point. Just make sure to bundle up as you head out the door. Here's your 3-day forecast. So temperatures cooling off in the wrong direction. So we have snow chances Saturday again, and then 4 below Sunday. Then the extended forecast has 20s in next week. So we got to get there. It's hard to get these cool temperatures out of here, but they'll be out of here soon.
All righty. It's nice to see at least a little light at the end of the tunnel. Thanks so much, Devin. Well, coming up next on Newswatch 12 today, we'll find out how ticks and other insects survive during these very cold winter months.
We have that story for you, plus some tips for keeping your furry friends warm and happy. That's coming up in the next half hour. But first, you're waking up with Newswatch 12 today on NBC.
At R&R Flooring and Furniture, we sell products that look good and products that last.
A family-owned company that's built our business on customer service and standing behind the products we sell. You'll find Wolfcraft, Lang, Franklin, and more.
Looking to get the best sleep of your life? We have a mattress for you. Get a 15-year non-paraded hybrid mattress for 25 cents a night or less. And we also carry adjustable beds. When it comes to flooring, furniture, and mattresses, it's easy. Come to R&R Flooring and Furniture today. That's all it takes.
What are you doing? Dude, I'm so excited. I just can't wait for summer.
Can't wait to get on the water and want a private shopping experience to start planning your summer weekends? Then go to our website and book your VIP tour with American Marine and Motorsports in Shawano. Get first crack at the lowest prices anywhere, and we're matching deposits up to $1,000 on select products. Don't get left out in the cold. Book your VIP private shopping experience at American Marine now.
Start your day with Crest 3D White. And from mochachinos to Merlot, your smile will always be brilliant. Crest 3D White Brilliance. 100% stain removal, 24-hour stain resistance to lock in your whitest smile. Crest, the #1 toothpaste brand in America.
If you need the key to fresh laundry, try Gain Flings. They have more freshness ingredients compared to Bargain liquid detergent. They have 3 superpowered ingredients that fight stink: OxyBoost, Febreze odor remover, and concentrated detergent. Try Gain Flings and smell the difference.
Hi, I'm Dennis from Irma. I've had excruciating pain in my lower back and neck. And I contacted Dr. Scherer. We went over the situation together. And after a series of treatments, my pain is gone. So I feel that it was complete and successful.
Are you suffering with back or neck pain and considering the possibility of surgery? At the Spinal Aid Center of Wausau, we incorporate the latest technologies, including high-intensity laser therapy that provides the highest success rates in helping people just like you avoid back and neck surgery. With our treatments, there are no drugs and no surgery, just relief. Call today for a free spinal disc severity consultation and see if our treatments are right for you. Call 715-203-4392 or visit us at spinalaid.com. Start living your life pain-free.
Hi, I'm Dean Hoger with Miracle-Ear of Rhinelander. If you're struggling to hear your favorite news and entertainment shows, stop in and see me for a free hearing test.
Right now on Newswatch 12 today, we may not be dealing with many bugs outdoors right now, but we'll learn how easily insects adapt to the cold weather. Plus,
we do have some snow moving through this morning before another Arctic cold snap moves in. Your full forecast is coming up.
And we'll hear some tips from a local humane society on how to care for your pets during sub-zero temperatures and extreme winter conditions. It's Friday, February 12th.
Your local news and weather from where you live. Newswatch 12 today starts now.
Good morning and thanks for waking up with us today. I'm Peter Dubois here with Marissa Silvas. Well, one good thing about the winter is you won't see many bugs outside around here.
That is for sure. And while you might think that bugs like mosquitoes or ticks die in the wintertime, DNR officials say that they actually adapt pretty easily to those cold temperatures.
A lot of our mosquitoes will spend the winter as an egg, and that egg is really protected from bitterly cold temperatures. And those eggs are often found on the ground or near ground level.
And there are over 50 species of mosquitoes in Wisconsin, and some of them only live for about a week. But as for ticks, they don't spend the winter in an egg. DNR officials say they use another natural source of warmth.
This winter, because of all the snow that we've got on the ground, that's really offering them some great protection from these bitterly cold weather.
Now, Williams adds that ticks can become active as soon as there is an opening in the snow, so I'm guessing that's not going to happen for quite some time, Peter, but I have to admit, this story is making my skin crawl just a little bit. I'm happy to not be dealing with any bugs. That's certainly one of the perks of wintertime, and I had no idea that there were 50 different types of mosquitoes. Did you?
I didn't know that either. I just kind of assumed there was one, and I want to stay away from them all, but yeah, that is definitely a perk, I suppose, of living here in the winter time, but one of the non-perks, I guess, is just dealing with these bitter cold temperatures. For more on what to expect, though, let's head right on over to our Weather Center with Devin Bigson for our first check of our forecast. And Devin, these temperatures in the negatives and single digits, they're not going to be lasting too much longer for us.
Yeah, we're going to see temperatures drop again, so they're going to get cold before a warm-up finally moves in. So we just got to give it a little while, maybe another week, but they will be here as soon as those warmer temperatures. 20 degrees sounds about good right now, but we're also watching some cold temperatures and snow, too. Let's show you what's going on. With a wind chill advisory in effect, we've seen this over the past several days. We know what to do. Just bundle up as you head out the doors. This one will expire at around noon today. So here we are. So we have some snow moving through now, mainly from west-east. You can see it's starting to decrease in coverage, so the snow is about out of here. And then we'll see a mixture of clouds and sun overall today. Temperature is a little cool out there too, around 5 below in Rhinelander, 8 below in Medford. Not too shabby. There is a little bit of a wind out there, making wind chills almost down to 25 below in some cases. So your remote learning forecast coming up for today. Another good idea to do a lot of that indoors. Temperatures only making it to 2 for the afternoon period. Marissa?
Thanks, Devin. Well, furry friends often have a short-term stay at the Langlade County Humane Society, but in the wintertime, some extra preparations are necessary to help them be ready for winter conditions. The Humane Society president, Bob Zoratich, recommends that pets do not stay outside in sub-zero temperatures for any longer than 30 minutes. In addition to keeping your furry friends warm, he says to keep in mind that the snow will create a different environment for them.
With the snowbanks being taller, animals sometimes can get disoriented. They can't see over the snowbanks, or they lose their scent trails because of the new snow. They can get lost, and then pretty soon they're down the block.
Aside from a hindered sense of navigation, winter conditions can also be harmful for animal paws. Local pet owners can use some gear like paw booties to help protect their animals.
People have to watch their animals, you know, their paws and ears, especially in the sub-zero weather. It's always to keep an eye on them.
You can visit LangladeCountyHumaneSociety.org or visit their Facebook page, Langlade County Humane Society, to hopefully meet your new best friend. All students at UW-Madison must now prove that they've tested negative for COVID-19 and that they're following the school's health guidelines before they're let into buildings on campus. And it all is operating through an app called the Safer Badger. The idea behind it involves safety for students. All students and faculty must show their virtual badge to enter buildings, and it's proof that undergraduates tested negative for COVID-19 within the last 4 days. For graduate students and staff, it's every 8 days. UW-Madison says that the testing efforts are happening around the clock.
We now have sites open 7 days a week, open in the early morning, open in the evening. We're really trying to make testing as easy as possible so it's not difficult for people to stay in compliance.
McGlone also adds that campus has 14 different sites open, and it's working with a green check. That means go. And if the badge shows a red X, that means that health and safety rules have not been met, and that person will not be allowed in. Taking you across the country this half hour, former President Donald Trump's defense team will take the Senate floor today in his second impeachment trial. That tops our look ahead for this Friday. Former President Trump's impeachment defense team will begin their opening arguments when the Senate resumes its session at noon. House impeachment managers wrapped up their arguments Thursday after beginning Wednesday. Mr. Trump's attorneys will have up to 16 hours over 2 different days to present his defense, but his lawyers plan to use only 1 day. The abbreviated arguments could possibly set up a vote on whether to convict or acquit the former president as early as this weekend. President Biden will meet with bipartisan mayors and governors at the White House today to discuss the American Rescue Plan. Two senior administration officials tell NBC News that New York Governor Andrew Cuomo and Maryland Governor Larry Hogan are expected to be among those attending. White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki announced plans for the meeting at a briefing on Wednesday, saying the group would discuss the vital need to get more support to their communities and to those on the front lines of this fight.
Well, it's now about 6:07, and up next on Newswatch 12 today, Valentine's Day is right around the corner. After the break, Tina from Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin helps us celebrate with some local cheeses and the best chocolates to go with. Stay with us.
The President's Sale at Slumberland. Come on. Slumberland Furniture has the best prices around, and right now everything is an additional 25% off.
Well, hello, Slumberland.
Get your look for less at the huge President's Sale at Slumberland.
Chief Meteorologist Jeff Weller leads the WJFW Weather Watch team to bring you the most up-to-the-minute weather information. Watch the replays and get the forecasts at WJFW.com. For the most up-to-the-minute info on your school closings, visit WJFW.com on your computer, your tablet, or your phone. WJFW School Closings, sponsored by Marcel's Fireplace and Stoves and Builders Service Incorporated.
4 years ago, I had brain surgery to remove the tumor that was wrapped around my brainstem and spinal cord. Very intense pain in my neck, headaches all the time, and permanent vertigo. I came in and I saw Dr. Dave. He did some work on my top vertebrae. The pressure was alleviated and I can actually stand. It's been wonderful and great.
When the atlas vertebra at the base of the skull is out of alignment, it causes the head to come forward, putting unnatural pressure on joints and nerves. We correct this through a new treatment called the Atlas Prophylax, a revolutionary way to realign the atlas, removing nerve pressure and even restoring blood flow. For many, symptoms and headaches disappear almost immediately.
The first thing we do when somebody comes as a new patient is we sit down and we listen and understand what's going on to see if we can help.
He's thinking new mattress? She's thinking, well, a lot of things. It's okay. Get an extra 25% off our already low Slumberland price. The Sealy Posturepedic mattress on closeout for only $529. Our biggest sale of the year at Slumberland Furniture.
Quick Trip's take-home meals are
freshly made and absolutely delicious.
Quick Trip, we got you.
And welcome back. Temperatures not as cold this morning as they were over the past several mornings. We're only starting off at around 5 below across parts of Rhinelander. Although we're not too far away from Fairbanks, Alaska, temperature-wise. They're only at 2 below, so we're actually worse this morning in the temperature department still, even though it's not as bad out there this morning. Temperatures ranging from around 3 below in some cases to around 9 below in places like Phillips, where snow still being reported this morning. A few light snow showers falling. This will begin to taper off soon. But with the winds out of the northwest going toward the south and east at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. This is giving us wind chills that are pretty chilly out there. We have wind chills at around 25 below for most of us, so we know what to do by this point. Just make sure to bundle up, cover as much exposed skin as possible, and just limit your time outdoors if you can, because frostbite issues will exist for a little while. Look at this. So this is at 7 a.m. each of the morning here, and it's going to get cold with very high to almost extreme frostbite over the next few mornings. So again, plan ahead, bundle up, cover as much exposed skin as you can. So here we are. Because of this, a wind chill advisory in effect again this morning that will expire at noon. We've seen plenty of these over the past several days. We know what to do. Again, just making sure to bundle up. This is just the National Weather Service acknowledging that, yes, it is cold outside and the wind not helping things at all. So here we are. We have snow starting to move off toward the east. It's starting to taper off in coverage, but we will see some clouds and a few flurries throughout the morning period and maybe some sunshine coming out during the afternoon. All this moving in a west to east direction. Most of the organized stuff is done. A few flurries again or light snow showers cannot be ruled out for parts of the morning. Here we are. This is us. This big setup just really doesn't want to move. We have high pressure keeping all the cold air sticking around, a stationary front off toward the west, and all the action down toward the south where they just had an ice storm down toward the south, and now Dallas watching for another chance for a winter storm that will be moving in for them. But for us, we do have clouds and one system moving out of here now. So we're going to say goodbye to this system and look what happens from here with maybe a few clouds but some sunshine too. Then another wave of energy starts to move in. So this is brand new. That will be moving in late tonight and early tomorrow morning with a few shots and maybe some snow showers too that will move in from south to north. It'll mainly kind of hug mainly our southeastern, perhaps maybe some of our central counties as it moves in throughout the day. We'll be out of here by the afternoon period, so this is not lasting very long at all, and not a lot of snow with it. Here we are, maybe an inch or less possible for most of our southern and eastern counties, with lesser amounts the farther west you go. So not a whole lot of this at all. Just, hey, it's going to snow. It might make roads a little bit tricky. But for today, 2 degrees, some morning snow showers and partly cloudy with a northwest wind at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Then tonight, new snow chances, increasing clouds, 15 below, then snow possible late as that next wave moves in with that northwest wind at around 5 miles per hour. Here's your Northwoods Furniture and Mattress 7-day forecast. So we have the snow Saturday from that next wave of energy with an inch or less possible. Then we're dry Valentine's Day. Then temperatures start warming up next week. Marissa and Peter.
Thanks, Devin. What better way to celebrate this Valentine's Day than with some local Wisconsin cheese along with the perfect chocolates for pairing?
Sounds great. And Tina Peterson from Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin shares a few of her favorite selections.
Today we're featuring our award-winning Wisconsin cheese. Whether you're treating yourself or possibly a loved one, this is the perfect time of year to indulge on all of your favorites. We're going to start today with this Kingston Creamery blue cheese. Blue cheese is really earthy, and so I'm pairing that with a dark chocolate bar or even some dried cherries. Our next cheese that we're featuring is a Parmesan. It's from O'Galley Cheese in Durand, Wisconsin. Parmesan is known for a really nutty flavor. It's a little bit drier and harder cheese. And so today I'm going with a little bit lighter chocolate and 80% dark. And I just picked up some Dove chocolates that have a fantastic bright wrapper to them. Our next cheese we're featuring is an Alpine style cheese. This is a Roth Grand Cru, a very big award winner for Wisconsin. Alpine style cheeses again are a little bit firmer in texture. Today I'm pairing that with some chocolate covered pretzels or possibly even some almonds. The Valmy Gouda from Door Artisan Cheese is our next cheese. I absolutely love the color on this, and the rind on it is actually washed with beer. So it's a really cool, unique Gouda cheese. I'm pairing that with a toffee, and this happens to be a chocolate covered toffee, much like a Heath bar. Moving on, the showstopper to me is this 10-year Hooks aged cheddar. 10-year cheddar, 10 years of love built into making this cheese. Cheddars that are aged are a little bit sharper in flavor. Today I'm pairing it with a sea salted caramel or possibly even a chocolate covered strawberry. If you're looking for very simple, easy pairing suggestions to either treat yourself or a loved one, I suggest you visit wisconsincheese.com.
Definitely chocolate and cheese are two of my favorite things on the planet, Peter. So this all sounds so good. And it's really interesting to learn some of those good combinations that maybe you wouldn't think about.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm no connoisseur, but I can definitely appreciate some chocolate cheese, a nice bottle of wine. Sounds like the perfect Valentine's date. Yeah. All righty, well, coming up, we have what's trending, including a pair of dogs who are tying the knot ahead of this Valentine's Day.
Plus, cheese lovers will rejoice over this 40-pound block of cheddar that's available for purchase from one major creamery. We'll have those stories and more coming up next on What's Trending.
Billy Mack is a detective down in Texas. You know he knows just exactly what the fact.
Is your basement broken? Is your crawl space a disaster? Is the concrete around your house sinking or uneven? If the answer is yes, call SureDry. Serving all of northeast and central Wisconsin, we offer permanent professional solutions to these kinds of problems. More than 25,000 satisfied customers since 1994. We've probably fixed your neighbor's basement, crawl space, or concrete, and we'd love to fix yours too. Call SureDry today.
At the age of 10, I put my hand into a piece of farm machinery, and it took my hand off basically like a glove. Shai is very compassionate, caring. He'll do anything for you. Shai is 1 in a million. Just give him a call, because I've went 48 years, never knowing there was something I could get done.
Why wait another day? Let's take the next step together towards a better life. It's the huge President's Day sale going on now at Lakeland Furniture and Mattress in Minocqua and Anago. Get huge savings of 23% off our already low sale price during this sales event. Plus, get 1-year interest-free financing on all the top name brands, including Amish-made furniture. We have a great selection of in-stock mattresses all on sale with 23% off savings. So don't miss this President's Day sales event going on now at Lakeland Furniture and Mattress in Minocqua and Anago.
Eagle River Roasters, your Northwoods coffee roaster and community coffee house, has the freshest specialty coffee and tea in the Northwoods. Our coffee comes from choice Arabica beans, hand-blended and roasted on premise for the finest specialty drinks. Fresh bakery, breakfast, and lunch served daily, our comfortable coffee house is the perfect place for meeting friends or groups. The drive-thru is also open daily. Treat yourself with a great cup of coffee or take some beans to brew at home, fresh from Eagle River Roasters, your Northwoods coffee roaster and community coffee house.
When searching for your next truck, you want your truck to last. Get the job done right with a Lenz truck. We have them all. Half-ton trucks, Power Strokes, Cummins, Duramax, SUVs, over 800 to choose from. Know that all Lenz trucks are fully inspected, certified clean, and can be bought hassle-free online. Go now to lenztruck.com.
Lenz Truck, Lenz Truck. We got the trucks at Lenz Truck.
We got the trucks.
And there is just no holding back at all, you guys. Check this out. The fast food chain celebrated National Roast Day on Thursday, but for the first time, it was on TikTok as well. And they posted a video with the message, "We only roast the ones we love." Wendy's created National Roast Day on Twitter back in 2018, and National Roast Day is a day to insult people and other companies in a fun way, and then also challenge them to come up with their best slams, all on different social media platforms. So all you had to do was ask them to roast you. So I looked up a couple of my favorites, you guys. Listen to this. Sun-Made Raisins said to roast them, so Wendy's replied, "Please stop ruining cookies." Then Wheat Thins, Wendy's said about Wheat Thins, they said, "Congrats on being the world's first stale flavored chip." And then finally, Velveeta, Wendy's tweeted to them, "How are you a verified account when you're not even verified cheese?" Ooh, burn. So there are so many fun ones to check out all over Twitter and also on TikTok, you guys. And I just think it's a fun way, certainly, to roast somebody. And you know, and they didn't offer these without the companies or people asking them ahead of time. So so it's all fair. Yeah.
Right. It's all in good fun, and you know, who can't appreciate a good little roast or a good jab, especially with these companies who are in a way in competition with one another. So it definitely just shows a little friendly competition, but definitely whoever is behind that whole campaign is definitely a smart person. They're coming up with some good insults.
Yep.
Oh, it's great because it's also a good marketing tool also, because you get to see this and maybe get to have a laugh, and maybe the other company responds, and really in a way maybe both companies win when it comes to both them going back and forth. People may go to both restaurants and maybe get their food, so in a way both companies I think win.
Yeah, definitely a little cross-promotion going on there. Well, ahead of Valentine's Day, we're going to take a pause for some puppy love. Now, these dogs got married in a ceremony at Greenville County Animal Care on Thursday. That's right, they got married. They're Sassy and Sparrow, and they spent the event soaking up attention and munching on doggy cake. The pups are heartworm survivors, and their marriage raised money for the Have a Heartworm Fund. Paula Church with the shelter says the really big announcement that they made for this event is from here on out, they'll be covering the cost of heartworm treatment so that they can remove that barrier for adopters. Also, as a kind of wedding gift, the shelter has been waiving adoption fees all week. So how about that? Just a really great way to promote a cause, promote their shelter, and hopefully find some of these pups some forever homes. But oh my gosh, they are just the cutest pups ever.
They really are, and how appropriate for this Valentine's Day weekend. What a great idea, and oh my goodness, they looked perfect. They looked very fancy in their outfits, and like you said, Peter, I'm really glad that they're doing it for a good cause, and hopefully, you know, a lot of different animals will be adopted and find, you know, maybe their perfect partner or at least their perfect family.
Oh, I love it. This is something I never even thought was even a thing until now, and then here you go. You got doggies all dressed up, and they're like, and it's a good way to celebrate the doggies too, because you get rid of the heartworms, and a good way to just everybody wins in the end. So great to see that, and maybe even for the owners too that get the dogs, maybe after they adopt them, maybe go get some cheese. If you hanker for a hunk of cheese, this one should do. Tillamook is offering this monster, what it calls the mother loaf, in a limited supply beginning Saturday morning. Is a 40-pound block of sharp yellow cheddar cheese that costs $112. Tillamook says all of its cheddar products begin as a 40-pound block, which is aged anywhere from 2 months to a whole decade. The offering marks the Tillamook County Creamery Association's 112th birthday, as well as National Cheddar Day on Saturday. It also promotes its new online store, which also offers cheese-themed swag. If you're after one of those mother loaves, you'll want to act quick, as there is a limited number available. And for people here in Wisconsin, I'm sure they would love to get something like that, because we are cheese central up here.
Exactly. I know. I kind of feel bad talking about this because it's not a Wisconsin creamery. It's, I believe they're out of Oregon. But still, what a fun idea. You know, we were just talking about chocolate and cheese. And so I think that this would be an amazing gift for a lot of different people for Valentine's Day. And I think that I could do some damage on that big block.
Yeah, I love cheddar. I don't know if I could, you know, consume it all myself, but maybe the three of us could knock it out if we really tried. Maybe we'll have to put a bid in for one of those.
Let's do it.
All right.
Well, there you go. Yeah, and maybe enjoy that cheese indoors, because it will be cold. Let's show you your 3-day forecast here. Temperatures cooling off over the next few days with chances of snow on the way. Warm up soon to be moving in too. We'll have more coming up after the break.
Minwax makes it so easy to make wood beautiful. Once you get started, you won't want to stop. Keep on finishing with Minwax, America's #1 selling interior stain.
My name's Arthur, Merrill, Wisconsin. In August of 2019, I started getting numbness in my feet. By July of 2020, my feet were so numb, I lost a sense of balance. I thought I was walking on stilts. I seen this ad for Spinal Aid. I took 20 treatments from them, and by then my feet were 90% better and no longer felt as I was walking on stilts.
Are you experiencing weakness, numbness, and/or pain in your feet or hands? These sensations might even be affecting other areas of your body along with your balance. You might have already been diagnosed with peripheral neuropathy and are taking drugs such as Lyrica, gabapentin, or Cymbalta that never seems to help. Neuropathy pain ultimately diminishes your quality of life. Call Spinal Aid of Wausau today to see if our treatment methods are right for you. Call 715-203-1508 to schedule your neuropathy severity consultation, or visit us at spinalaid.com.
Let me introduce me. Here I come. Yeah.
Cuts, colors, braids, and fades. We stand for style. Cost Cutter Salons.
Whether you're just starting out, looking for a change, or returning to the industry, Cost Cutters will help you grow and support you in achieving your career goal. Learn more today at costcutters.com/careers.
Whatever your style, we stand for style. Visit costcutters.com to find your nearest location.
And welcome back. So here we are. We have our balloon right here. It's been outside for about a half hour. And let's see how much diameter that we've lost here. So bear with me as I work with the tape measure here. We're going to rotate this all the way around. And then here we are. And then right at that middle point. And it does appear we did lose a little bit in the way of some diameter here. We are now at 28.5 5 inches. So we lost a whole inch from this. The air is contracting. I'm sure this balloon would shrink in just a little bit more if it had just a little bit more time. And to give you a quick look at the length here, we'll actually give you that in a little bit here. The length shrinking a little bit now down to 12 inches, so we lost an inch on both ends. Let's give you a quick look at your road conditions here. Right now, things are looking a little on the snowy side, so we will need to make sure to watch those road conditions too. A very quick look at your travel forecast here. We know what's going on. Temperatures will be cold. Some snow early in the day that will be tapering off. We'll hit 2 degrees for us, and down toward the south, it will also be cold and cloudy. Here's a look at today's birthday club.
WJFW, our Newswatch 12 news team works around the clock to bring you the news that matters most of all to the North Woods. Our team is committed to the community and ensuring that you are as informed as possible. NBC Newswatch 12, news from where you live.
Eagle Floor Covering in Eagle River, locally owned and operated for over 2 decades. With over 40 years of combined quality sales and service experience, we can help you find the right floor for your lifestyle and budget.
Some glad morning when this life is over, I'll fly away.
Alan Jackson has become a part of America's musical landscape and a country music icon over his 25-year music career.
Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee.
Now he delivers a powerful performance featuring songs from his very personal release entitled Precious Memories.
I love to tell the story. 'Twill be my fame and glory. Are you ours in the blood?
Filmed live at the historic Ryman Auditorium in Nashville, Tennessee, this unique DVD captures powerful gospel performances and intimate interviews with Alan, his mother, and his wife as he reflects on his musical journey.
This is my story. This is my song.
If you call now to order this inspirational video, you'll also receive, as a very special bonus, a 2-CD collection featuring 28 classic gospel favorites.
Love lifted me. Love lifted me. Blessed assurance, Jesus is mine. He lives, he lives, Christ Jesus lives today.
This DVD keepsake is a priceless addition to any music collection, and it can be yours along with this bonus 2-CD collection for the special low price of $29.95 plus shipping and handling. To order, have your credit card ready and call the number on your screen.
When we all get to heaven.
Right now on Newswatch 12 today, a Marathon County man is officially charged with first-degree intentional homicide connected to the death of a 20-year-old Marshfield man whose body was found in a wildlife area. We'll have the details. Plus,
a few snow showers do continue to fall across the viewing area, but it's going to get cold again. Your full forecast is coming up.
I'm not afraid of Donald Trump running again in 4 years. I'm afraid he's going to run again and lose, because he can do this again.
House impeachment managers are done presenting their case. It's now time for the legal team of Donald Trump to offer its rebuttal. It's Friday, February 12th.
Your local news and weather from where you live. Newswatch 12 today starts now.
good morning and thanks for joining us. It's day 4 of the historic impeachment trial of Donald Trump.
House managers finished up their case on Thursday evening, and today the defense begins presenting its side. NBC's Susan McGinnis has the latest.
One side rests, the other begins. Today, Donald Trump's legal team lays out its case for exonerating the former president of inciting the January 6th insurrection at the U.S. Capitol.
The evidence they have, under no circumstances, would make out a case for incitement.
Thursday, House managers made their final attempt to convince Senators Donald Trump must be held accountable for directing rioters to attack.
The president told them to be there, and so they actually believed they would face no punishment.
Showing evidence rioters would not have attacked if not for Donald Trump.
Does he not realize President Trump called us to siege the place?
They describe a president who encouraged violence not just on January 6th,
knock the crap out of him,
but throughout his presidency, and refused to condemn it afterwards.
January 6th was not some unexpected radical break from his normal law-abiding and peaceful disposition. This was his state of mind. This was his essential MO. I'm not afraid of Donald Trump running again in 4 years. I'm afraid he's going to run again and lose, because he can do this again.
Donald Trump's attorneys are expected to call the trial political, and Republican colleagues agree.
You know, they need to take seriously their oath of office and start focusing on the American people.
Trump's legal team will also focus on his right to free speech and point out what they call past incendiary comments by Democrats. Susan McGinnis, NBC News, Washington.
And of course, we'll keep you updated on this trial as it continues. But looking outside this morning, Marissa, another frigid morning and a little bit of snow on the roads to look out for as well.
Exactly, and it does say that it's a little bit warmer, I guess, by a skosh, but it certainly doesn't feel like that. So for more on what to expect, let's head right on over to our weather center. And Devin digs in for a first check of our forecast. And Devin, Peter mentioned the snow out there, and then it also sounds like we actually have another cold blast coming our way in a couple days.
I know, we just cannot catch a break at all. We have snow today. That's going to start getting out of here. Then another cold blast moves in. This one not lasting all that long, but it's just challenging to get this cold air out of here because it's just so dense. It's heavier than warm air, but we do have a warm up on the way. Let's show you what's going on right now. As like the past several mornings, we have another wind chill advisory in effect that will expire at noon today. It doesn't cover a lot of people this time, just areas for us and areas to the west. The snow is starting to move out of here now. A few snow flurries to snow showers still possible for most of the morning before that begins to taper off, and a mixture of clouds and sun move in for the afternoon. Here we are. So 5 below in Rhinelander, 10 below in Medford, and as scary as it is, this is better than what it has been over the past several days. There is a wind chill out there, making it feel like 25 below in some cases, with that light breeze out of the northwest at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. So those taking the bus stop today, it's going to be a little cool with temperatures below zero, with some snow flurries possible. And as the kids come home, mostly cloudy, temperatures at around 2. Peter?
Governor Tony Evers issued an emergency order Thursday to guarantee Wisconsinites have access to heat. According to NBC in Madison, the cold temperatures have limited the deliveries of petroleum and propane across the state. And this executive order will allow for a quicker and more efficient delivery of these products across Wisconsin. This will happen by providing a 30-day waiver for those supplies to get caught up with rail traffic that is slowed down across the state. A Wisconsin judge has now ordered the State Department of Natural Resources to begin a gray wolf hunt this month, rather than waiting until November as originally planned. The U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service removed wolves from the federal endangered species list back in January, returning management to the states. Online court records show Jefferson County Circuit Court Judge Bennett Brantmeyer ordered the DNR to quote, follow their duty to hold the gray wolf hunting season in February 2021. Department spokeswoman Sarah Hoy said in an email they're reviewing the ruling, but the agency will be, quote, taking steps to implement the court's order, end quote. No word yet on exactly when that hunt will begin. Well, the number of new confirmed COVID-19 cases in Wisconsin does continue to fall. On Thursday, the Department of Health Services reported about 1,200 new cases across the state. That brings our daily average for the last week down to just below 900. They also reported just 11 new deaths statewide, and we're now averaging about 21 new deaths per day over the last 7 days. Here's an interesting statistic. If you look at the number of new cases among healthcare workers in Wisconsin per week, that's a group that's seen a lot of cases because they're forced to work closely with those who are sick. DHS reports 250 healthcare workers tested positive the week before Christmas. For the week starting January 31st, just 29. And as we take a look at our numbers locally, the Oneida County Health Department reported 7 new cases. Its active case total now at 109. 2 new cases in Price County, just 1 new case in Forest County. Lincoln County reported 10 new cases. Down in Marathon County, there are 22 new cases reported. Its active total is at 497. Portage County reported 12 new cases. Its active total at 102. 3 new cases in Clark County, 1 new case in Adams County, and Langley, Vilas, and Wood counties did not report. Wausau police have now identified the suspect in last month's armed standoff at the Days Inn. They say 35-year-old Katina Mulroy of Emmett overstayed her welcome at the hotel. When she was asked to leave, she pulled out a gun. Authorities arrived and started a 6-hour negotiation with her before striking her with what they're calling a less than lethal round. Mulroy was then transported to a hospital as a result of her injuries. She was later released to Marathon County Jail. She has a probable cause hearing scheduled for later today. A Marathon County man is now charged with first-degree intentional homicide connected to the death of a 20-year-old Marshfield man whose body was found in a wildlife area. Police say Sean Carl was arrested on Tuesday. They believe he shot Christian Shower multiple times back on December 29th of last year. According to statements made in court, police believe Carl and his son Jared were having a meeting with Shower regarding drug deals when Carl shot Shower. Officers later located Shower's vehicle on Carl's property, and he had gunshot wounds.
After discovering the vehicle, officers spoke to the defendant again, who then admitted he was aware the vehicle was on his property. The defendant then told officers that his son, Jared Carl, assisted unknown individuals in getting the vehicle onto the property.
Jared was also arrested on Tuesday in relation to stolen property related to the homicide, as well as drug and weapon charges. On Thursday, the state requested a $1 million bond for Carl, along with terms preventing him from contacting his son or using alcohol, while the defense argued that much of the evidence relied on hearsay.
First of all, at this point, these are just allegations, and other than a couple misdemeanors related to traffic, Mr. Carl has no criminal record at all. Second, he has very strong ties to the community.
Commissioner Bauman argued that the potential charges of the crime made Carl a flight risk, so he will continue to be held in the Marathon County Jail with cash bond set at $1 million.
Prosecutors have charged the Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources top sturgeon expert with obstructing an investigation into allegations that DNR workers have been funneling sturgeon eggs to processors in exchange for jars of caviar. Ryan Koenig was charged in Calumet County on Thursday with a misdemeanor count obstructing a conservation warden. According to the criminal complaint, Koenig told a DNR warden and a federal agent in January of 2020 that he did not know anything about allegations that DNR workers at sturgeon registration stations were telling Spears they wanted eggs for a scientific study, but were then sending them to processors in exchange for caviar. Koenig told investigators this week that his workers were taking eggs to processors after the research concluded. Officials in Fort Worth, Texas say they hope they never see another accident like the one on Thursday morning that killed 6 people and injured dozens more. This tops our news making national headlines this morning. Hours later, the scene of the fatal pileup was still active as crews worked to untangle the wreckage. More than 100 vehicles were involved in that crash that officials say was likely caused by the icy roadway. Multiple agencies responded to the scene early in the morning, where first responders had trouble navigating the ice. One city official called the pileup a major catastrophe. A man accused of shooting 5 people inside a Minnesota health clinic now faces charges of murder and attempted murder. Gregory Ulrich is charged with 1 count of second-degree murder and 4 counts of first-degree attempted murder. His first court appearance is held via Zoom. Investigators say Ulrich opened fire inside a clinic in Buffalo, which is a Minneapolis suburb, on Tuesday. also detonated at least 2 explosive devices. A Florida man is pleading guilty to fraudulently obtaining millions of dollars in funds from the Paycheck Protection Program. The Justice Department says that David Hines made false statements about the payrolls at several businesses. He received almost $4 million and then bought himself a Lamborghini. He did not, however, make any small business payroll payments, and that's basically the point of the program. Hines is scheduled to be sentenced for 1 count of wire fraud in April.
Well, coming up next in sports, Nate Myhawk will join us to break down some local boys basketball highlights.
And wind chills are nearing 20 below in some cases, but we could see air temperatures this low. Your full forecast is coming up next.
It's a new year, and new appliances can welcome family recipes, shorten laundry days, and keep the season fresh. Right now, they can also help you save on top appliances like this Samsung kitchen package. Now from the Home Depot, how doers get more done.
Jeopardy wants to be your Valentine with Lance, Alejandra, John, and Ken.
One of you is going to spend this Valentine's Day weekend as a reigning Jeopardy champion.
Isn't it romantic? On Jeopardy!
Jeopardy! Weekdays at 4:30 on NBC 12.
Furniture and Mattress USA in Antigo. We have the inventory and we know how to use it. Furniture and Mattress USA has the largest Lazy Boy comfort studio in the Northwoods. Don't order a recliner, buy a recliner and bring it home today. We have a large selection of mattress options in stock with more inventory arriving weekly. Extra soft to extra firm, we have the size and the style you're looking for. Don't order a mattress, buy a mattress and bring it home today. For furniture and mattresses, come to Furniture and Mattress USA in Antigo.
Play your way. Dine your way. Stay your way. Ho-Chunk Gaming Wittenberg. Win your way.
What are you doing?
Dude, I'm so excited. I just can't wait for summer.
Can't wait to get on the water and want a private shopping experience to start planning your summer weekends? Then go to our website and book your VIP tour with American Marine and Motorsports in Shawano. Get first crack at the lowest prices anywhere, and we're matching deposits up to $1,000 on select products. Don't get left out in the cold. Book your VIP private shopping experience at American Marine.
And welcome back. We've made it to Friday morning, and some good news to report. Temperatures aren't as cold as they have been over the past several mornings. It's pretty sad to say that 5 below is not as cold. We're still cooler, though, than Fairbanks, Alaska, where they're at 2 below this morning. And we'll be seeing temperatures warming up for us soon, but we have to get through another cold snap first. But here we are. Snow is starting to taper off, but we still have a few reports across the viewing area. Other areas reporting 9 below in Phillips, 11 below in Medford. There is still a light breeze out there at around 5 to 10 miles per hour for the northwest, to the south, and east. This is just enough to give us wind chills near 24 below in Diamond Lake, and other areas it's nearing 20 below in many cases. So it's still cold out there nonetheless, so you want to limit your time outdoors and bundle up if you can, because frostbite will be a major issue over the past several days too. Even extreme frostbite danger is possible Sunday into Monday morning. Note those times there at 7 a.m. each of the days there you see listed there on your screen. But some good news to report. There is a warm up on the way, but we got to get through the next few days first. And because of these cold temperatures, another wind chill advisory is in effect. It sounds like a broken record with that. So we know what to do at this point. Again, bundle up as you head out the door. Make sure to allow you some extra time for your car to warm up so you can have some heat available. And then, of course, maybe plan ahead, too, because we do have a little bit of snow sticking around, too. It is starting to move off toward the east, so the worst of it's starting to taper off. A few light snow showers or snow flurries could still stick around. But as it tracks off to the east, a lot of this will taper off. The clouds will kind of start to break up, so we'll see a mixture of clouds and sun overall throughout the rest of the daytime today. With high pressure still in control with the temperatures, keeping us very chilly. And these waves moving from the west to the east, allowing us to still see some snow. We have another shot at that coming up later on tonight and early tomorrow morning and lasting for parts of the day. So futurecast, wave 1 that we're seeing now will get out of here. A mixture of sun and clouds throughout the rest of the day. Then late tonight, more clouds moving as another wave moves in. That could give us a little bit more in the way of a little bit of snow too, starting early Saturday morning from south to north. It'll move toward the north and east, mainly kind of drawing a line from right later in areas to the south and east. I'll have the better shots at some snow. And by Saturday afternoon to the evening period, a lot of that will begin to taper off. How much snow? Again, not a whole lot. In fact, it's not looking as impressive at all, but maybe an inch or less for areas to the north and west of Mosinee. So maybe a half an inch if you're lucky. Areas to the south and east, maybe an inch if you're lucky. So for today, 2 degrees, so morning snow showers possible, then partly cloudy with that northwest wind at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Looking ahead towards tonight, 15 below, getting cold again. Increasing clouds as our next shot of some snow does move in with that next wave of energy. With that northwest wind at around 5 miles per hour. And for tomorrow, 0 degrees, snow showers, an inch or less possible, and I'm really stressing the or less part at this rate. With that northwest wind at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. The Northwoods Furniture and Mattress 7-day forecast. Again, we're looking dry for Valentine's Day, just cold. A small chance of snow on Tuesday, but a warm up on the way, 20 degrees by Thursday. Marissa?
Sounds good. Thank you so much, Devin. The high school basketball season continues to heat up. The girls' playoffs are already well underway. But in the meantime, let's check in with the boys' side with our own Nate Myhawk.
Good morning. The clock is ticking on the boys' basketball season. We're a little under a week away from the playoffs, and until we get there, we've got a bunch of teams trying to make just one final statement. But we'll begin at Northland Pines, hosting Lakeland Union on senior night. Eagles came out white hot in this one. Beautiful ball movement, and that's going to lead to Devin Millis. His jumper is the illest, buries the three. Pines ahead by 8, but Lakeland would crawl their way back. Will Fortier cleaning up the offensive glass. He's going to get a tough bucket down low. And by the way, he's only a sophomore, so you know he's going to be a problem the next 2 years. But Pines had no problems. Another sophomore, Nolan Lurvey, gets the clean steal, and he's taking this the distance. Eagles back up by 9. They roll with a double-digit win, 60-45, the final. Keeping it in the Great Northern, one more battle between Rhinelander and Anago. And let's go straight to the second half. Gorgeous pass to Kirk Matthews. He finishes down low. Hodags out to a 16-point lead. The Red Robins were looking to mount a comeback. Eli Fleischman from way downtown. That thing rattles home, but Rhinelander was way too much on the night. Devin Orth, there's a Y in his name, but no question in his game. Backdoor cut for the lay-in. Hodags get the win, 81-67. Some other games in our area from Thursday night. Huge battle in the GNC between Medford and Mosinee. Raiders get the job done on the road. Tough game for them. Medford wins 70-65. Crandon and Elko linked up in a Northern Lakes contest. Cardinals hoping to extend their winning streak in conference, but the Hornets put a stop to that. They get the dub, 75-60. One more look at basketball. It was a busy night in Wausau. DC Everest heads across town and beats Wausau East. Evergreens run away with a 93-71 victory. Then Merrill and Wausau West duked it out on the court. The Warriors pick up a much-needed conference win. 59-44 was the final score in that one. That'll do it for your morning look at sports, but no worries. We've got a ton of girls' playoff highlights coming your way, so make sure you tune in tonight for the Friday Night Blitz. We'll see you then.
Looking forward to it, Nate. Well, coming up, we'll meet our furry friend of the week from the Forest County Humane Society. But first, Howard is in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen with a recipe for sensational spring rolls.
Mr. Food Test Kitchen is brought to you by Golden Carrot Jewelers and Creative Kitchen and Bath Studio.
Did you know that today is the start of the Chinese New Year and that it's a tradition to eat spring rolls during it as a way to welcome in the spring? In some parts of the world, spring rolls are made with rice paper, but here in the U.S., the wrappers are more commonly made with flour. They're similar to egg rolls because they're filled with veggies, meat, chicken, or seafood. But spring rolls are typically smaller and are available fried or non-fried, while egg rolls are always fried. Just remember, all egg rolls can be spring rolls, but not all spring rolls are egg rolls. Today, I'm sharing a takeout-style spring roll that's popular here in the States that's filled with traditional veggies like Chinese cabbage, bean sprouts, and carrots. After placing the mixture on our spring roll wrappers, all we do is wet the edges, roll it up, and it's ready to fry. So if you're looking for a fun way to celebrate, you gotta try our crispy homemade version of these. And don't forget the dipping sauce. To get the recipe for our sensational spring rolls, simply visit our website. I'm Howard of the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a welcoming spring-like way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
Save big money on all of your plumbing needs at Menards. Make sure you have hot water when you want it. With our wide selection of Richmond water heaters, now all on sale. An Encore tankless natural gas or liquid propane water heater keeps your home efficient. It's designed to supply continuous hot water for up to 4 bathrooms at the same time. Pick it up right now for $999.99 at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Northland Basement Systems is the all things basement-y company. Basement waterproofing, basement finishing, basement structural repair, humidity and mold control, and nasty crawl spaces too. When it comes to basement solutions, nobody does it better than we do. Since 1991, homeowners just like you in the Northland have trusted Northland Basement Systems for all things basement-y in their homes. Call Northland Basement Systems today to schedule a free home evaluation.
Introducing new Queso Blanco from Taco John's. It amplifies everything on our menu, kind of like a hype man. Melty, cheesy, white cheddar goodness. Came in dripping. With just the right amount of jalapeno heat. Where my peppers at? Our Queso Blanco remixes anything, like the Boss Burrito for only $6. More like KCEO. New Queso Blanco creations from Taco John's. Crunchy. Bigger, bolder, better. Never enough queso.
Your Newswatch 12 Ski and Board Report starts now. Brought to you by Sure Dry Basement Systems. Homeward Bound on Newswatch 12 today is sponsored by Paws and Claws.
Welcome back and happy Friday. Now it's time for easily the best part of our show and our week, Homeward Bound. And this week, the Forest County Humane Society in Crandon sent us some videos and information on a 5-year-old dog named Ginger Snap.
So take a look. Ginger Snap came to the Humane Society in June when they helped out another shelter in Missouri and took in some dogs from there. And she can be a little bit shy at first. However, once she feels safe, she's very happy and friendly. And because of that, they believe she might have been treated poorly at some point in her life.
She has gone out to public locations. Locations, and she's always does well meeting new people on a leash as long as she has her trust person. Ginger Snap does pretty well with cats and other male dogs. However, she can be selective with other females. Ginger Snap can be great for someone who wants a happy dog that in the process settles down quickly.
And she does well with the older kids that volunteer at the Humane Society. So if you want to meet Ginger Snap, you can visit the Forest County Humane Society during their business hours from today from 2 to 6 and then tomorrow from 10 until 4.
You can also call to set up an appointment by giving them a ring at 715-478-2098. Or visit their website at forestcountyhumanesociety.org. More information is right there on your screen. But you guys, my favorite thing about Ginger Snap is just her big smile. I think that she's an adorable dog and definitely deserves a happy home and one that she can feel safe in.
Of course, it's always so difficult to hear that, you know, maybe she had a tough time before she did make it there to the Humane Society. So I really hope she finds her forever home. And looks like, she kind of looks like Simba, Peter. She looks like your dog a lot to me, and I just love her tail. Such a happy wagging tail.
Yeah, Marissa, you hit the nail on the head there. I was almost about to say the same thing, actually. It almost kind of seems like I'm watching another version of Simba because a lot of similarities there. But yeah, give this dog a good, loving home and give it lots of love, too. And now I'm going to make you think. Your true or false question for today. Our average height for this time of the year should be in the mid-20s. We'll give you that answer when we come back.
This portion of Newswatch 12 is brought to you by Northwoods Furniture, Eagle River. Here's your Newswatch 12 Snowmobile Trail Report, brought to you by your local Northern Wisconsin and Upper Peninsula Ski-Doo dealers.
ever looked up how much of an appliance is made in the U.S.? At Maher Water Corporation, we use systems that are 90% made in the U.S. In fact, over 80% of the unit is made right here in the Midwest, and 75% of the entire unit is made right here in our beautiful state of Wisconsin. Combining the local made product with a local family company means money spent here stays here. So call us today to meet our Wisconsin-made family.
Whatever your water worry, Culligan Water can help. With over 40 filtration systems, including the world's best softener, no one filters more than Culligan Water. The only water that comes with a van. Contact Culligan, the local water experts.
Here we are, your first trip to Minocqua Popcorn and Puffs.
Cheesy caramel? Cheesy caramel, and I'd like to have some of the Dan's Marvelous Ice Cream also. Wonderful.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Okay, everyone, our mission is to provide complete balanced nutrition for strength and energy.
Great tasting Ensure with 9 grams of protein, 27 vitamins and minerals, and nutrients to support immune health.
Your parents spent years taking care of you, but as the years go by, it becomes your turn to take care of them. This might mean trusting a nursing home, which promises to care for them as cherished loved ones. But if the nursing home you've chosen is not keeping their promise, we can help. If your parents have been injured in a nursing home, call Habish, and Rotier. We fight for what's right.
Hi, I'm Maria Seefeld with Miracle-Ear of Marshfield. If you're struggling hearing your favorite news or TV shows, please stop in and see me for a free hearing test.
Good morning. Coming up on today, Trump's legal team getting ready to start their defense of the former president as the impeachment trial gets back underway just hours from now. We'll have the very latest from Capitol Hill, where Republicans are about to take their turn in the spotlight. Also ahead on this Friday morning, millions waking up to freezing cold this morning and dangerous conditions on the roads heading into this holiday weekend. In Texas, icy conditions caused this, a deadly mile-long pileup. Al's going to have everything that you need to know. And then we've got to look at some big exclusive bargains on best-selling items to make the President's Day deals even sweeter. Then we'll top it all off with a special Valentine's surprise for some of our healthcare heroes when we see you here on Today.
That sounds very nice. And before we leave you this morning, a special birthday shout out to our Minocqua Popcorn winner, Rick Foston from Minocqua. Happy birthday, Rick, and congratulations. You win a half-gallon bucket of gourmet popcorn from Minocqua Popcorn.
To enter that special someone or coworker into Newswatch 12's birthday club, just head on over to WJFW.com at least 2 weeks before their special day. That's where you can enter their name and upload a photo for us to air. You can also send us a picture and information to the station. Attention Northwoods Birthday Club, 3217 County Road G in Rhinelander.
And your trivia question for today, true or false? Our average height for this time of the year should be in the mid-20s. Marissa, what do you think?
I think it's true, and I am just dreaming of that.
I agree. I think it should be in the 20s, and I'm wishing it was.
Yeah, I wish it was too, but it is true. Our average high should be 25 degrees, although it seems like anymore we keep falling to 25 below, so hopefully we'll get rid of those negative signs soon. But here's how cold it is. There's some more Arctic air. It's 21 below air temperatures in Bismarck, North Dakota right now, and in parts of Canada, 31 below, and there's some more colors that indicate maybe 40 below air temperatures. So it's tough up there, not as bad here right now. 6 below in Rhinelander, 12 below in Medford. It just feels a little cooler out there. So we know what to do. We have the wind chills up there, so again, make sure to bundle up as you head out the door. The snow will be tapering off today. A new wave moves in tonight, and then tomorrow gives us another shot at some snow, less than an inch possible.
Alrighty, well, we hope that everybody has a wonderful Valentine's Day weekend. Do a little cuddling to stay warm.
Absolutely, and thank you so much for joining us. Just have a fantastic day and weekend.
Your latest news and weather tonight on Newswatch 12 at 6.
Good morning. For the defense, lawyers for former President Trump began their arguments today after Democrats closed their case with disturbing new video and chilling accounts from inside the mob tying the president directly to the siege.
President Trump requested that we be in D.C. on the 6th. So this was our way of going and stopping this deal.
Democrats arguing if left unpunished, it will happen again.
If you don't find this a high crime and misdemeanor today, you have set a new terrible standard for presidential misconduct in the United States of America.
So how will the defense respond? We're live with the very latest from Capitol Hill. Mile-long pileup, icy roads leading to a dramatic